The individual then, most modestly speaking, finds that career, as far as profession and trade are concerned, is becoming an ever more consuming force in his life. In order to maintain himself in one of the higher brackets of society in which he lives, in order to regard himself as an executive, a leader, or a technically educated person, he must practically devote his life to the continual amassing of knowledge. If he does not do this, he will be outraced in a short time, and he may be replaced by another person much younger and less intelligently informed than himself, but possessing the immediate answers to some new situation that has arisen. This means that what we call education, progress, development, these things not only become essentially the foundation of our economic survival, but they gradually encroach upon every other area of our lives. And in the end, the problem of trying to know will very largely eclipse the experience of living itself, so that we will no longer live as persons, to experience as persons the unfoldment of our own characters. We will live merely to become continually contemporary with the advancement of knowledge. Yet he must do this, or he will be unemployable in 5 years. Something has to be done about it, because it's gradually destroying the very ends for which it was intended. The purpose of education was to liberate man, liberate him from the unknown. Actually, the present process of education is enslaving man. In trying to liberate him from what he did not know, we have put him into slavery to what he does know. We have not achieved our end. We have not achieved leisure. I remember only maybe 15 or 20 years ago, we had a political movement in this country that talked about the possibility of replacing men with machines, so that within 10 or 15 or 20 years, according to their thinking, we would all have a perpetual holiday on full pay. It didn't materialize, and it never will. It has the utopian element in it. But even if it were to materialize, even if man suddenly found that he had developed instruments and means, by means of which he would no longer need to work, and would be able to sustain himself on a high status level from this time on through the rest of his life, it would still now take man 500 years to learn what to do with his own leisure. He can no longer even dream of the things he wants to do. The cost of achieving continuing survival is at the present time too high to permit much luxury thinking outside of itself. Progress is not all man moving gloriously forward. Progress is man trying to pick himself up after falling over himself thousands of times. If we could straighten out some of the essential principles of life, this whole struggle for what we call progress would lead to a moderate way of life toward essential purposes that are valuable.